I ain't hungry. First, I always say hungry dogs run fast. I ain't hungry. I'm starving.
Hurts takes the snap. He's back. He's going to run. He's in. Touchdown. Jalen Hurts.
When that cage opens up again, our teeth are snarling. We're drooling. We're ready. We're hungry, ready to hunt again.
Dallas. We hate you. Racing snow. The Eagles train to go. The Eagles win.
And again, and again, and again.
It ain't about them. It's about us. We play up to our potential. Each and every one of us together. Nobody can beat us. I promise you.
What is up, my Brus, my bird Brus? We are back. Another Speaking Birds. It's your boy Speaks. The crew is together once again around the table. How you doing, boys?
Good to be here. Happy Thanksgiving out there.
Ooh, special Thanksgiving.
Great to be back. Thanks for having me, guys. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Shoo! What do we? I'm so full. I just got to come out and say it. I feel like I'm carrying a baby to term in my stomach here.
Food baby.
Oh my God. What? How was everyone's spread today? What are some highlights, lowlights of the spread?
I didn't have too many lowlights. Ate two different dinners at my parents' and then Laura's parents, but they were both pretty good.
Ooh.
Yeah. Highlight, I smoked a turkey, man, low and slow for like 12, I think just under 12 hours. Oh my God, it turned out amazing, dude. It's one of the best turkeys, if not the best turkey I've ever had in my life.
So what do you do with that? You put like a seasoning on that?
Yeah, so for me, I'll season the skin. I also pull, like, I get underneath the skin at the breast and I'll stack that with like little pallets of butter. So it's like basting itself while it's cooking, and then just do it real low and slow, and I'll keep rotating it every couple hours on the smoker. And then once you get to the end, then I'll start like butter basting the skin to get it to crisp up real nice.
Oh, good
Yeah.
Lord, that sounds amazing.
Oh, it turned out perfect.
Oh man,
That
I'm
on
glad to hear
Traeger?
that.
Rectech.
Nice.
That's
Yes, sir.
amazing. Yeah, I gotta say, man, everything was good. Love it. Love a good stuffing. The stuffing was hitting. And I gotta say, I usually stay away from, what are they? It's the yams,
The
sweet
candy
potatoes.
yams. Yeah.
I'm not.
I
not
gotta
into that.
say, I don't think there's room on a plate for that, in my opinion. I just gotta say, I'll throw that out there. I don't know. It seems too dense. It's too dense. I don't know. Hot take.
I'm a pig,
Boys.
so I'll eat them. So
Yeah. Boys, the Birds 9-2. How do we feel? And I just got to apologize. We missed a post game. It gets hairy. It gets hairy with these prime time games, and I was traveling. That's my bad. I was traveling back east, so I think we got a pretty good track record though. So we can miss a week, but we're back, guys. The Birds are 9-2. They went out to LA. They win on the road. Sunday Night Football, guys. How we feeling?
Man, I feel great. That was a great win, and this team's playing together. They're having fun, and the main reason I know why is because I saw something during this game that you never ever see ever, and that's Jalen Hurts smiling.
Yes.
As Saquon rips off that big. So it's like these guys, and I wanted to say this a couple pods ago where I saw like N'Kobe Dean made a routine tackle, and you could see Zach Bond from the other side of the field celebrating it. It's like these guys are playing great. They're having fun, which is the biggest thing, and I'm freaking loving it, dude. It's awesome.
yeah, it's like you're saying, man, they're playing for each other too. Like they're getting just as happy when their homeboy makes a play as when they make the play, you know? And that's a team right there. And that's what we've seen in 22. And I agree, it's great to see that. That was a physical as hell game. That was one of the most physical games I've seen in a long time, man. Bodies just getting wrecked. Mylata getting wrecked.
Oh yeah.
Dude, N'Kobe Dean comes in and wrecks their running back for a sack. Like, there was just people getting tossed left and right, big hits left and right. It was great to see. The only downside of this game, and I'll just get it out there now, is the loss of BG, and not only as a player, but just as a man and a leader. He was producing amazingly for us, so that's going to hurt there. But it's not only that; it's everything that the man brings.
He was playing He was playing on another level in that game, man.
And if
Yeah,
that
it's
is his
almost-
last game, that's
yeah.
the game to go out on.
For
That's-
sure.
That's a good one to go out on. But prayers up to BG. Who knows what the future holds? If we'll see him again, but if that was the last time we see him in an Eagles uniform, it was a hell of a game to go out on, and I just love and respect this man and appreciate everything this guy has given to this city, to this franchise. He's just an all-timer, and he will be missed if this is it.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah, I mean,
lying
I
if I
think-
said.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
I was just gonna say I'd be lying if I said I didn't shed a tear when that happened and seen him fucking crying on whip. That was hard to watch.
That was rough,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I think you said it best, Clayton. I mean, that's tough. But I'm telling you, it hasn't really sunk in yet. I got this tunnel vision going on. Like, I think if he retires, it'll sink in and you'll be like, wow. But I'm telling you, I just can't stop and mourn right now. There's a mission, and BG will still be there. He'll be on the sidelines. He said he'll be there for the boys. But I mean, yeah, his production will be missed. But man, I'm telling you, I got this tunnel vision, and it ends in February. Then we can mourn. But I don't know. This team is looking like it might be it. It might be the real deal.
I agree, man. Go ahead, Clayton. You got.
Oh, I was just gonna say the mission's not done. Even BG was alluding to that, man, and that was one of the things that he was, really upset about. That he knows how special this team is and what they were building, and where they were heading. So yeah, I'm with you, man. I mourn losing BG, but nothing changes. It's the mission is the mission. The main thing's the main thing. So keep it going.
Let me ask you this: when we lost Wentz that Super Bowl year, I mean, there was very much like, wow, this is over. Like, I think that was like kind of the sentiment. It was like, well, this is it. Now losing BG, well, I guess that's the question. Production wise, how does this look? I guess if we're getting down to brass tacks.
Well, they shell Huff to IR with the surgery, and then I seen they picked up two different guys. One to the practice squad. I think his name was KJ
Harris or something like that.
Henry or something like that.
Henry, yeah.
And then they pick up Charles Harris. That's the
Harris.
guy that got waived by the Panthers last week. So he's happy as hell. But if we can get any type of production,
upgrade,
Yeah.
Never downgrade, upgrade.
if we can get any production out of any of them, it's going to make a huge difference. Obviously, it probably won't be Brandon Graham type production, but you never know.
Yeah, and there's rumblings about a
Yeah,
Shaq
Shaq Barrett.
Barrett.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
That would be wild. That would be wild if that's why he came. Because I don't know. The only thing with that is the timing's so weird on that. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, as soon as we lose BG, this man's like, okay, I'm unretiring. And I know that the Dolphins hold the guy's rights technically, but I mean, it's not a big. If he wanted to go to an NFC team, Drew Rosenhaus is his agent, he can make it happen. Like the Dolphins, I think would only be concerned if he was going to maybe an AFC team, specifically, an AFC East team, somebody that they would have to deal with. But if he's looking to go to an NFC team, they may be willing just to release his rights and let him sign. So that's something to keep an eye on. Out of everything that we picked up or that's out there, that would be the ideal replacement.
I think you
for
got a
BG.
little bit of difference you can do too, because Milton Williams, who's playing incredible, can play outside if we have to. You could maybe move Carter outside a little bit as well. I don't know how that would work, but I don't know.
Jalen Carter, edge rusher.
Yeah.
You can probably going to see an uptick in Jalix Hunts.
For
So
sure.
Hopefully he's up to the task. Going to see an uptick in Nolan as well.
Yeah, you also got Teron Jackson on the practice squad too, so he knows the system. See what he can do. He looked all right in preseason and stuff. So
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. I wish we wouldn't have fucking let Patrick Johnson get away. Somebody poached him off of our practice squad. He was actually like he could have came in. I'm not going to say he's going to do what BG was doing, but at least he would have been an in-house guy. Isn't going to have to get up to the speed, with the scheme and everything. and I think he would have been a really good replacement piece. But fortunately, he got poached.
Yeah.
Didn't Stoll get poached too recently? Like we
Yeah,
lost
Stoll
him
got
too.
poached, yep. Yeah.
Right?
Golly.
Yeah, they picked him up. But John, you want to get us going? You got any stats over there?
Yeah, I got plenty of stuff. The offense has moved up to the number 3 offense in the league in yards per game, 389.1. First in rushing yards, 193.4. Seventh in points per game with 32.7. Our passing attack's not great. It's 25th in passing yards with 195.7, but we're just running like monsters. And I'll say this, like the offensive line is just having a blast out there. You see
Yeah.
Mekhi Becton, he is a goddamn monster out there, getting to the second level, pancaking. I mean, Dickerson looked good too. They all look good, but Mekhi Becton says he's rejuvenated. He's having fun again playing the game, and he loves like the physicality. He said he can watch the other defense just wear down by how physical they're being. So I like that. Saquon Barkley, best game of his career. Guy's an animal. 302 yards from scrimmage. I feel like he left another 100 yards out there. I mean, they hit him on the screen and he falls down on that one, and then he gets shoestring tackled, out by the sideline. That probably would have went for a touchdown. So it's like, I mean, the guy could have had 400 yards easily. Leads the NFL in 100 yards rushing games on the year.
Yeah, we're
with,
starting to
7.
see him separate himself from Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So
Leads the NFL in 150 plus scrimmage yards, and he has 5. Leads the NFL in rushing yards and yards per game. Franchise record again with the 255 yards rushing, career high, which is 9th most in NFL history. 302 yards from scrimmage. I said that, which is 9th most in NFL history. Obviously, he has a career high in rushing yards on the year with 3,392. Leads the NFL in 30-yard rushes with 9, 40-yard rushes with 6, 50-yard rushes with 5, and 50-yard rushing TDs with 3. So, and he's just stiff arming the people into fucking no man's land.
it's absolutely insane.
In one of the runs, he stiff armed two guys in one run.
There's a stat I just saw it. I think the Giants. Yeah, Giants have 10 rushing touchdowns this season. Saquon's got 12.
Mm-hmm. Here's a cool thing. They said this during the game that last year with the Giants, he had 125 yards before contact on rushes, and with Philly, he's at 571 yards before contact.
Oh my God, that just shows you the dominance of this offensive line, this unit, and it's been banged up. Like we've had backups in there, and it's like we don't miss a beat. Fred Johnson was in there, and we were still running all over people's faces.
Yeah.
Tyler Steen was in there. We're still running over people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
Man. It's getting scary, and I don't know. I mean, Detroit's scary as well.
They almost got beat today, though. I don't think they're as scary as we think.
So this is the thing here, and this is I haven't had much time to do stuff, but the good thing with that NFL app is you can watch condensed games, so you can get through a game pretty quick. I went back and watched some of these Detroit games. Man, I'm telling you right now, I am not as scared of Detroit as I was. And I watched
sounding the fraud alert. Fraud alert.
I won't go as far as to say fraud, because I think they're a good football team. But this narrative out there that they are so much better than everybody else and they're so much better than the Eagles, it's not true, dude. And I'm telling you right now, what we're gonna see is two of the most physical teams in the league this Sunday in the Ravens and the Eagles. And this is going to show the Lions what the hell they're going to have to do if they want to beat us. Because the Lions are not as physical as everybody thinks they are. Watching that game today specifically, dude, that was not a physical football game. In fact, they were getting beat up. Every time you turned around, they had a player down. Like, that's soft. I'm sorry. You're soft. And they're going to have to prove it to me. Until I see them actually beat the Eagles, which I don't think they will, I don't believe it. It's the same thing I felt with the Washington Redskins, dude, with how everybody was building them up to be this, It's like, dude, I don't see it. I don't know what everybody's seeing. Yeah, they have two good running backs and they have a good offensive line, Goff, man, I'm telling you right now, he can be got, and you can get him off his mark, and you can make him make mistakes. If you let him sit back there and, hit these little dump offs, that's how his passer rating's so high, and he has all these high completion games because he's hitting little dink and dunks, dude. Like they're West Coasting the fuck out of people. Like I'm not
Yeah,
scared of that. You're not
yeah.
beating us down the field. The Eagles will beat you down the field. They'll toss one up for 40 yards,
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing that out of Detroit. You're seeing a run game, and I don't know if you shut that run game, if their pass game is going to be able to beat a legit team. And we're going to find out because they have tests coming up. And watching them today, they should have lost that game to the Bears, or at very least that should have went in overtime. But that just shows you how terrible the Bears franchise is in general, especially their coach.
They're awful.
I think they lost that on
absolutely
purpose.
atrocious.
I think
Dude,
they lost that game on purpose because
That
not
is
calling a
the most-
timeout down there
yeah.
is
That
that should almost be looked into.
Thank you, because I was thinking the same. I was so pissed at that game. I was like, well, dude, oh my God, they're going to run the clock out right here on this play. What the hell are you guys doing? Like, how does nobody on the field, not one person, not one coach, see that the game is going to be over on this play if you do not call the one timeout you have left? Like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, at this level, that should never happen.
Yeah.
No.
I had this thought. So yeah, okay, Bears, you're backed up. What was it, the 1 yard line? You're backed up on your own 1. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. I had this thought. If that's Jalen Hurts and our offense fully healthy, with a chance to drive 99 yards and go to the Super Bowl, we punch that in. I will say that. We drive down the
100%.
field and we punch that in. So yeah, they're facing some faulty opponents here.
And I'm telling you right now, they have not seen a physical team like they're going to see if and when we play. This is the most physical team in the NFL, in my opinion. The Philadelphia Eagles, on both sides of the ball, are the most physical, imposing team in the league.
Absolutely. As far as the offense here, we've outgained any of our opponents by at least 100 yards in the last 7 games.
Ungodly.
First team to outgain 7 straight opponents by 100 yards since the 93 Steelers. They've outgained their last 4 opponents by at least 170 yards. And during the last 7 games, the Eagles have outgained their opponents by 1,260 yards. And then through the last 4 was 795 yards. They've outscored the last 4 road opponents by 90 points. 12th team in the last 50 years to win 4 straight games by 90 points on the road. And they have 409 rushing attempts, which is the most by any NFL team after 11 games since the 2004 Steelers. So, I mean, the offense is actually just dominating the shit out of people.
And there's another narrative out there, and I'm sick of hearing it. And until I see this be true, I'm calling bullshit. The fact is that the Philadelphia Eagles pass offense is anemic and it can't work. And if they would ever have to get into a shootout, they're going to lose. The only thing they can do is run. Dude, we haven't had to throw the football. Like, I'm sorry, if you're just bludgeoning people to death with the run, why would you stop? Why would you stop? Like, why would you start throwing it? And I know I'm an asshole that was calling for us to start throwing in that last game, but they seen something that I didn't, and they knew the game plan. Our offensive line compared to their defensive line, the size difference, it's not even close. And that's a talented front over there in the Rams. They're a very talented front, but they were just so small compared to our linemen. We could just push them around. Like, if they aren't pass rushing, they're not stopping the run. Like, that's all they're good for is pinning their ears back and coming forward. When we're coming forward at them, they couldn't handle it. Coach has seen it, and that was the game plan. And look what happened. Barkley set, the 9th best performance in the history of the NFL?
I mean, not only that, like AJ Brown had another 100-yard game. So what are you talking about? We're not throwing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That's his 16th 100-yard game in 45 games.
Homeboy's top 10, and he's only played 8 games. Top 10 in yardage.
Ridiculous.
Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? And we didn't have Smitty.
Who just returned to practice while you're at it.
Oh, he did. Thank
Yeah,
God,
that's
dude. I
good
was
to
worried he
see.
was going to be out this week. Which, honestly, if that's what needs to happen, do it, because we need him healthy, at the end of the
Absolutely.
year. So whatever it takes, if he's out again, so be it. Obviously, you'd want everybody, because this is the test for me. And I told you guys coming into this weeks ago. December 1st was the game that I circled and I was looking forward to, because that's That's going to be the barometer. Like everybody thinks that the Ravens are potential Super Bowl, representatives for the AFC. It's going to be them, the Bills, or the Chiefs, barring
Right.
some kind of weird shit. So this is like a legit Super Bowl. This could be a Super Bowl matchup, preview. And I'm waiting. I want it, dude. I'm not scared at all. I'm ready. I watched the Ravens last. What was it? They were Monday night, right? Watch
Yeah.
them, dude. I'm not impressed. Yes, Lamar is a freak. Like he's good. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. King Henry, good. But I don't see the fucking physicality that everybody else says that this team brings compared to ours. Like I don't see it. I think we're gonna go in there and out physical them. I think we're gonna go in there and beat them up.
Yep.
Their passing game's not great either.
Yeah, their
If we can
pass
shut Henry down, it's a no-brainer.
and their pass defense is really bad, which is surprising because they're so talented. On both sides of the ball, they have a ton of talent. But their passing defense, I think, is 31st in the league. They have a good run D, but their pass. So I mean, if we have to throw the ball, but I'm telling you this, I think they have like a top 3 or a top 2 run defense. I wouldn't be surprised if we go in there and put 200 on them on the ground again. Like I wouldn't be surprised. That's how physical this offensive line is and this running game is. And this team in general, and they just have that mindset, dude. They want to beat you up. They're bullies.
I love it. Yeah, I agree. Do you think we like see are we foot on the gas till the end of this thing, or do we kind of let up a little bit? In the sense that like, okay, we get through the Ravens. I mean, you almost want Barkley healthy, obviously, but are we just full sending this thing till the end?
I think when you start sitting players, they get cold and they're not in the rhythm. So I would kind of just full send now. In that Cowboys Giants game, maybe there's they're in for a half if we're up real big and get them out. But I don't like sitting people completely.
Yeah,
or just maybe some management, like some load management.
Sure, absolutely. I wanted to ask you this, Clayton, because I see this Jared Verse. He's on the Defensive Rookie of the Year ballot, and he's not even the best defensive rookie on his team.
Yeah, I think the
dude
guy
Fisk
had
2 more sacks.
Fisk.
Yeah, it's like I didn't see his name on it, so it's like
no. And that's the problem. Like, and now that he's emerged, like Fisk has come on in the last few weeks, and Verse has kind of faded. Now that he's emerged, they're going to take votes away from each other.
Yeah,
just kind of like I seen Cooper DeJean starting to get talks too and looks too, which could have an impact on Q because they could take votes away from each other there too. But yeah, dude, Jared Verse, I don't know, man. I don't think he should win it. I don't think he's the best rookie.
I'm just not even on that team, but I will say this: him and Mailata, that was a great matchup, dude. That was back and forth all night. Because if you watch like in the first quarter, Mailata throws Verse like a rag doll, and then Verse comes back and blows through him. But
and that was kind of
that was a good matchup.
He got a running start, and I think he was like offsides.
A little bit,
got Mailata on that. But still, I mean, it's not a good look to get tossed like that. And honestly, even if you are, to throw a man the size of Mailata, that's much respect. Like, I'm sorry. Even if it was kind of, a running start and you got there, you started a little bit early. Either way, that's a big human to be throwing, and he tossed him like a rag doll.
I mean, it's kind of the same. Like when you get a running start and a man that has to basically catch you. Like, look at that. What's his name? Williams or whatever. That when Nakobe Dean blew him up. Like that's just completely bad technique. Like you got to close the gap on that. You know what I mean? If you're blocking, like you do not catch a guy that's try to catch a guy that's full steam ahead. You got to close the gap and either sell out or That's why he got blown up. Yeah, if you're gonna do the technique that he did, where it was kind of just standing still, then you almost want to kind of start moving backwards and ride him through past. You know what I'm saying? Like just use his momentum against him and ride him past the quarterback. This guy just stood there and like you said, tried to catch him and got lit up. Fucking idiot. Dean had a great game, man.
Especially when your teammates, battling him out for defensive rookie of the year. I wanted to say this while we were talking about Cooper DeJean and the MVP race.
Top graded cornerbacks year to date this year: Pat Surtain 84.7, Marlon Humphrey 84, Cooper DeJean 80.4. Number 3 graded corner.
Super sharp. Love it.
Not only that, like the defense kind of, they balled out. They started a little slow. They allowed 117 yards in the first quarter, and then in the second quarter they only allowed 3, and there was like 3 straight 3-and-outs.
Yeah, that first drive we came up big with that fumble recovery. They tried to ruin us on. And then they had one drive after that too that kind of went down. And then after that they were, and that's one thing that's a testament to Vic and the players, right? They make adjustments quick and, they stick to it. They're disciplined in it.
Yeah. Yeah, what was up with that fumble? It was like clear as day.
I was going to say the officiating was terrible in this game. Absolutely terrible.
Oh, the PIs, insane.
Missed fumble.
Yeah, it almost seemed. I know we were texting, but it almost seemed like, yeah, now we got to beat the refs. I don't know. I think they were giving them every chance, but then I think once it gets to the point where it's like, all right, if we continue down this path, it's going to become obvious, and we have to pull back on. The Rams aren't winning this game with our help. Let's pull back. That's
Eventually they had to concede. I mean, the one I think it was on Landon Dickerson. So they threw something on the Rams, which was definitely a penalty, and then they threw like a personal foul. I think it was on Landon Dickerson, and then they showed it, and it was nothing. It was like, I don't even see where the foul is. I don't know what he did. It was like every time they throw a flag on the Rams, they throw an offsetting one on the Eagles, so they, it wouldn't be enforced. That shit was going right through me.
Yeah.
Pass interference calls were like, I don't even know what the word would be. It's I didn't see anything. Even the announcers are like, we don't see anything.
Yeah.
And that's big because, Chris Collinsworth hates the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Collinsworth. Joke. He's on the list.
He's on the list.
The list gets bigger.
Let me tell you this, too. I think one of the biggest difference in this Rams game is that Los Angeles was basically Philadelphia. I mean, the fans took over Los Angeles. And how the first couple of drives you could hear the Eagles fans so loud, and how sometimes they pump crowd noise in. I think they pumped the Eagles crowd noise out, so you couldn't hear it midway through the game.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just something I noticed. Because in the first couple of drives, they're like, "Damn, it's fucking loud in there." You know what I mean for the Eagles, and it's like then all of a sudden it doesn't seem as loud. So I don't know if they were kind of maybe pumping some of the crowd noise out. You never know.
Reverse pump.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Having your own stadium getting taken over by the opposing team, that's embarrassing.
Well, the Rams are pathetic. I mean, there's no real fan base. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was stupid to move them out of St. Louis. They had an actual fan base there. They had a faithful fan base in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And they moved it to LA, and it's like, man, I feel like with the LA people, it's kind of like whatever, it's not, there's not the loyalty that you have, in other cities like Philadelphia. That's a loyal town, man. They bleed for their team. I just don't feel like that you have that in LA. That's why, you see every time we go out there, it's like a home away from home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I did want to shout out that it was one of the best punch outs I've seen.
Jalen Carter.
On that. They ended up jumping right on it, but man, he freaking just a right hook, man, right into that. It was beautiful. That was a hell of a punch out. And again, I just can't say enough about this guy, Jalen Carter. I know he doesn't show up on the stat sheet, so anybody who doesn't watch the game probably doesn't understand why he gets so much hype, but it's all justified and more. This guy is just a wrecking machine. He's getting double teamed and beating them constantly. He's letting other guys Milton's feasting because Jalen Carter is taking up 2 people every single snap almost. The linebackers are feasting because guys can't get to the second level because they have to stay on Carter and make sure that he isn't in the backfield, and he's still in the backfield. It's oh my God, I cannot wait for year 3. I can't wait to see where this guy goes once he hits his full prime. I don't know that we've ever seen a player like this.
Do you know that he got the credit for the first fumble? Because I know he was in there with Rodgers. That's the one Dean recovered
Mhm.
that they didn't get right. We had a
Yeah, I didn't
challenge,
know.
but I know Carter was in there on that tackle, so I'm not sure if he got the credit there or
Oh,
it was
okay,
Rodgers
yeah.
who got the credit. But I mean, if he did, then he has two, forced fumbles in that game. So
Just a monster.
Love it. Yeah, man, we're starting to get that like turnover, the turnover bug.
oh yeah.
It's a
Love
great
it.
thing to see. It's a great thing to see. Any more stats on your end, John?
I got some cool Jalen Hurts. I got a Jalen Hurts stat that's pretty cool. He had a passer rating of 108.0 against the Rams, which is his sixth game with a rating of 108 or higher. With 6 games left, that's one shy of the franchise record, which is shared by McNabb and Foles. Hurts now has 20 games with a passer rating of 108 or higher, and only McNabb has more with 29.
I love that. Man, Hurt. I mean, look, Hurts is winning games. That's
Yep.
what we want, and he's doing it. And
Uh,
he's smiling. You love to see the guy
Dude,
smiling.
You never see it, man, and that's he's always so serious, all business, and to see him smile, it's like Jesus. He's not a machine.
Mm.
He's a man.
Well, I mean, he gets. I mean, like he's getting front row tickets to the Barkley show. I mean, how can you not smile?
Oh,
Like, it's insane, insanity. I am so full. I am so full. I just like I don't know. I'm sitting here. I'm like, good God. Good God. Let's do this. Let's do this for Thanksgiving. Let's go round. Let's do what are we thankful for? Eagles edition. Eagles edition. What are we thankful for? I'll start and I'll say it. I'm thankful for Nick Sirianni.
Nice.
nice.
I am.
Like that.
Look, the guy had every look. We know Philly media. We know our fan base. The guy could have crumbled. He had every right to. He could have completely broke down. The writing was on the wall. What does he do? He blares many men and
Mm.
shaves his head and gets it together.
Yeah,
and
man.
Gets his team on track. I'm thankful for Nick Sirianni.
Right
I'll
on.
say that.
I like it.
I'm thankful for Marty Morningweg. All right, I'm kidding.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
I'm drawing a blank on his name, or I can't. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his our offensive coordinator.
Oh, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore.
Just for all these years, we're such a passing offense, and the ability to just run the goddamn ball. I'm so happy to see it because I've been screaming about it forever. Just run the ball, and it seems like that's what they're doing. So I appreciate.
I like that. I like
Vic. I like the our ability to change on the fly and make adjustments. I mean, I love that because we just didn't see it in years past.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that you threw Vic in there. That was one I was thinking about.
Coordinators.
Yeah.
Coordinators. Yep.
I mean, obviously we're all thankful for the Giants giving us Saquon Barkley, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to say I'm thankful that Howie Roseman is our GM.
Hey, I like that.
Some questionable. Well, people were saying there's some questionable things with the roster design, but man, honestly, it's the best roster in the league, and I think that because a lot of times the fans, and I'm guilty of this from time to time, but I've been expanding my horizons the last few weeks here. We just watched, our team, and we only watched the opponent, so
Right.
we're not really watching what's happening around the league. When you go and watch these other games around the league, man, I don't see a roster like ours anywhere, man. And again, going back to the Lions, that's what they're saying. The Lions have a roster like that. I didn't see it today. Maybe because they were getting, body bagged every 2 seconds. Somebody else was out the game for them, but I didn't see it, man, and I don't see it. So I'm thankful that Howie Roseman is our GM, and I know no matter what, we'll always have a solid roster with that man here.
Yeah. I love it's like with Howie too. You always worry about people moving on or that. I feel like this is his Howie Roseman, he wrote to the Eagles in college. Like he just kept writing them and writing them and writing them. And I say that just to say that this is his role. He loves what he does, and he's not going anywhere. I mean, God willing. I mean, this is what he wants to do. There's like he's as much Eagles as anything else, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like
he's obsessed with it.
Yeah,
He's obsessed with it.
yeah. I love a guy that's just content with like, hey, we're here. This is it.
And that's something that I'll also bring to attention because I'm thankful for this. It starts, with Lori, but it goes to Howie, it goes to Nick, it goes to Kellen, it goes to Vic, it goes to Jalen Hurts. All these guys are starving for this, man. They think of nothing else. All they think about is football, getting better, and winning. And that, man, it's so special to have that mindset. No distractions, no fucks given about anything else, not worried about deals, not worried about money, just worried about winning, worrying about getting better, worrying about this team. Like, that's it. And I didn't feel like it was like that last year. And I hate going back to last year, but I'm super thankful that we have, from the top down, we're locked in. The most important people that we need locked in are all locked in and ready to go.
Yeah. And it's like you said, I mean, we watch our team, and I'm sure this happens with other teams, but you watch this like post game stuff when they're in the tunnel, Howie's in there in the locker room, dapping up everyone. I mean, it's a culture thing. I mean, he's in it. Like, and I'm sure other GMs do that, but I'm sure there's a lot that don't. I'm sure it's, hey, we lost another game. Back to my office.
Yeah, Mara or whatever his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
For
gonna
the
say the guy
Giants?
up in
Yeah.
Giants. Yeah, he's not gonna be down there dapping people up in the tunnel, man, in the locker room.
Yeah.
He might get beat down if he shows his face in there, man. Get mauled. So
Yeah.
it's not the same, and it's special here, and that's something that I'm truly thankful for, and I hope it can stay this way for a long time because it is special and it's not normal.
I just said all this. It's like tomorrow, Howie Roseman decides to move sports. He's now
Going to the
a
Premier
baseball
League.
GM. Yeah, Premier League. Yeah, he's going back to Manchester United, where he learned how to be an exile. I mean, that's smart, man. I mean, well, for those of you that don't know, and I know you guys know, when Chip Kelly came, he was basically exiled out of his position, and again, the guy could have broke. He could have said, hey, I'm leaving, but no, he took that as an opportunity, and maybe it was Manchester United. It was one of those European soccer teams. Went there and asked some questions. I don't think he got paid or anything, but he went and just kind of under the tutelage of that team learned how to like be a better GM in football. And I mean, it just speaks to the kind of guy he is, a professional. Yeah,
the desire and the want. You have every reason to drop your head and say, you know what, fuck this place. You're gonna do this to me. I've been here how long? And you're gonna put me in the equipment room in a closet on the other side where I can't even see anybody. I'm gone, dude. There's somebody out there that'll take me. No, dude, he didn't do that. He didn't pout. He put his head down, but he put his head down and work. He went back to work. He was like, all right, whatever I got to do to get better. Instead of, living in self-pity, he used it as an opportunity to get better. And it's big, man. That speaks about character.
Yeah, Joe Banner learned something. Or who's the guy? Joe Banner.
Douglas.
Who's the guy?
Joe Douglas. Is it Douglas?
Joe Douglas. Yeah.
Honestly,
Joe Douglas, you're a regional scout now. Get down to Alabama.
Yeah. Honestly, it's the best thing that ever happened to Howie was what Chip did.
Yeah.
You should almost thank him.
Yeah,
Like I know it sucks, but it
I
only
know,
made him
but you're
so much better.
absolutely right. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Well, I'm
Sometimes I
thankful
guess
for you guys. No, could you imagine?
thankful for the pod for sure.
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
hey.
It's a place
Man.
to express.
Man. Well, let's do this. What are we thinking? Baltimore Ravens. I think you said it, Clayton. Physicality, imposing our will. That's something to watch. Anything else? Anything else we're keeping an eye on? A key to the game, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, shut Henry down, and then I guess maybe try to QB spy Lamar as much as we can, so we can not let him out of the backfield as much as we can.
We've seen Lamar choke. I mean, that guy can be a choke
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing, honestly, is going to be shutting down their run game because I feel like our back end can handle their receivers. So as long as we stay disciplined, keep our rush lanes integrity, and don't let Lamar beat us with his legs. That's the main thing that I'm worried about is just staying disciplined inside your gaps. Don't give him any place that he can escape the pocket and turn a sack into a huge play.
Yes, I like that you pointed that out.
Because
Yeah.
he's the king of that. And honestly, I have full faith that this unit will do that. This is a well coached, very disciplined, and a very communicative team. Like they communicate extremely well. It's one of the best things that this defense does, in my opinion, and it's something that the Philadelphia Eagles, even in 22 when we went to the Super Bowl, that defense did not have the communication and it's almost like they know what everybody is doing it's weird to watch. They just move as a unit. Everybody knows what everybody else is going to do before they do it. They know, if this guy's going here, you're going to take him. I'm going to come off into this guy. Like they know all their assignments and they execute. And I'm not going to lie. I thought it was bullshit the first few weeks because we were playing bullshit opponents. But we're seven straight games in on this, and this defense is only getting better. And the opponents, like, I don't even care anymore who the opponent is. That Rams offense, that's a tough offense, and they shut them down. They had 2 good drives, and then they got shut down. So I honestly think that we're gonna go out there, and our offense is gonna beat up their defense, and our defense is gonna shut down their run game, and it's gonna be one of these. I think it could look like the Rams game, honestly. I think you could look at a 37-20 type of score.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be like, who said this in the broadcast? Like, you look across the line and they're just better than you. I mean, that's got to be demoralizing. I mean, like, you come out, you think you got a chance. You're kind of in your own little division race, but the team's better than you. And I think that's kind of what we're doing to teams. I mean, we're starting to get that. There's sort of this lore behind us. Hey, we're a good team. Be scared. Be scared. That's what I'm saying. Snarling wolves. Hungry.
Starving.
Pumpkin pie. How do we feel about that? I'm not a
Hate
fan.
it.
I'll say that.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
weird because a pumpkin roll I can handle, but
Ooh,
pumpkin
yes.
pie,
That's great.
not so much.
I hate
Yeah.
everything pumpkin.
I
Yeah,
like a pumpkin beer.
I have never tried a pumpkin beer.
When the weather's just right, you can't bust them out willy-nilly.
Middle of summer, you're not drinking pumpkin, all right?
Oh, could you imagine? God, in smoldering heat, just get done
Oh,
cutting the lawn, go to a warm pumpkin beer.
Ooh,
Good God. Well, boys, should we do predictions and get back to our Thanksgiving Festivus?
sure.
let's do it.
Go ahead.
Do it. I like the idea of us. We're putting 30 burgers on teams. At this point, it seems reckless to not say 30. I'll go 34-28. I don't know where that 34 comes from, but we'll get there. 34-28.
I was gonna go 33, but I'm gonna go 27-13 Eagles.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking the Eagles to win. It's incredible the road win percentage that you have. But yeah, I think I honestly, if we come out here and we have our A game and they have their A game, I still think we blow them away. 31-17.
Yep. I love it. And something to keep in mind too. I mean, Baltimore is close to Philly and a lot of Pennsylvania fans. I think this is going to look like a road game. Ravens fans are, I think, pretty passionate. I think they're going to pack the place. I don't think we're getting any sort of away advantage. I think it's going to be pretty hostile.
Think so, with it being that close to Philly?
I don't know. I just feel like the Baltimore fans, like, I feel like they're a passionate bunch. I think they're all going to be excited to go to this game.
Tickets were pretty expensive. They're about $300. So,
yeah, I could be wrong.
Honestly, I hope it is. I hope it's a very hostile environment for us because 100%. This is my feeling with this team. We're like that boxer that nobody wants to fight because all we do is come out and body punch the fuck out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then once your stamina and your body's gone, then we just start bringing it to your head and we knock you out. Like we can take more punishment and keep coming forward than any other team in this league. And I'm hanging my hat on that. That's our identity. And I'm going to keep beating that drum. We are the bullies of this league and we're coming for you. And
Broad Street Bullies version 2.
Give me your best shot, Baltimore. I want it. I need to see it because I need to know what my team is. Because right now, what I think my team is a juggernaut. I think we're, if not the best team, we're the second best team, and it's close in the league. And I don't know. I want everybody's best shot because I want to see it.
Yeah, and not, we can't let a whole podcast go by without some sort of nitpick, but we got to play a full 60 minutes. That's the next evolution of this team. We need to evolve into a team that will come out, lay 14 in the first quarter. I'll say it, 14. No,
Can you imagine this team if we do that? Like what we're doing in the second half, and like it's ungodly. So can you imagine if this team all of a sudden turns it around and it's a first half team and a second half team? Good luck.
Well, I'll ask this, and maybe Clayton can speak on this. But like, so is this it? Our slow starts, are we just really into adjustments? Like, are we just really into getting out there, seeing what the other team is doing and adjusting to it? Like, is that part of the reason for the slow starts, and we're just really good at making those adjustments in game and then cracking it open? Or is it just a sluggish team in the first quarter?
Honestly, from what I've been watching here and what I can come up with, there's a couple things happening. One, execution is bad to start the game. I don't know who that falls on, if it's coaching, if it's players, if it's both, whatever. But execution is bad. We don't execute plays. We're not hitting stuff that's there that if you would hit, drives would keep going. And not only that, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We get early penalties constantly in these games. We clean it up towards the end, usually, but we're usually like putting ourselves behind the sticks. So like we'll get a negative play and then turn around, right before the snap on the next play and jump off sides. And then you're further back, or you'll run the next play and have a holding call. Now you just lost 10 more yards, and it's like it compounds. So there's that aspect to it. And also we beat you down. So like it takes us a little while to, get to your body and get you tired to where, we can start just trampling you.
It's like a snake.
Yeah, like it is. It's just slowly choking the life out of you, slowly beating you into submission.
I love that. Slowly choking the life out of you.
Yeah. That's what this team does and has done for the last 7 weeks. And that's why by the second half, dude, the defense is like, oh my God, man, I don't want any more. No moss. And
no, tap out.
Throw the damn towel.
I think it takes Jalen a little bit to get in rhythm too.
Yep. That's the execution part. Like he's not hitting throws that are there. Sometimes he's inaccuracy not hitting it, and other times he's not seeing it, or he's not going to it. And we've seen that quite a bit. Like we're screaming at the screen, throw the goddamn ball, he's wide open. But
yeah.
I mean, and that's the first quarter every week, and I just kind of gotten used to it. But it's not something that I'm happy with. And if that changes, that's a huge deal. If we start coming out and putting up just 7 to 10 points in the first quarter, like a 14 burger, oh my God, that would be magic. Just 7 or 10 in the first quarter, that's a huge difference, because then you can really go to your run game heavy, and you can have the defense gassed by the third quarter. You can have your starters out in the fourth. It's that type of beatdown.
Yeah.
The on the first drive of the game, the Eagles up until this game only had 3 points on the first drive, so they now have 6.
Yeah, it's terrible. It is terrible.
Well, let's not end on a negative note. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I mean, I think if this team can do that, then it's. I mean, we're already scary, but we're really talking juggernaut if we can string together 60 minutes.
You start, I was gonna say you start playing all 4 quarters. This team's a problem.
But that's the thing. It's like, and I know like things will open up in the run game as the game unfolds. But like, I mean, can Saquon go for 500 yards? I mean, if he's going, like maybe it's working the way it is. Like, I don't know. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, does Saquon have it in the tank to even give a full 4 quarters? Not that it's all Saquon, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not, and that's something that's been coming up, with the talking heads, load management. How long can Saquon hold up with the current, load that he has on him? And honestly, I'm not worried about it. Like, and the reason I'll say I'm not worried about it is if you look at his first half rushing stats, he gets stronger as the game goes. So like he'll put up, I think he's averaging like 70 in the first half, and then he'll come out and go for 100 plus in the second half. He just gets stronger as the game goes, and as the defense wears down, he doesn't wear down. So he's a freaking now. Obviously, this is probably going to be something that is going to affect him next season or the following season. Like the longevity factor is going to be affected. But right now, man, where you're
we just need him for one. We just need him for one.
As I say, we need him this year, and we need him to keep doing what he's doing this year. We can't worry about next year. Nothing's guaranteed, So if you have the opportunity that we have laying in front of us right now, I say you go all in and you do every single thing you got to do to win it. Doesn't matter about the future. I'll sacrifice the future for a ring today.
Love it. Flags fly forever.
That's right.
Well, boys, let's get out of here. Anything? Any final words? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I don't want to be too negative here, but I just wanted to give a
love it.
Friend of the show, Craig. His mom was dealing with something in the hospital, so I just wanted to say that we hope she has a speedy recovery.
Yeah, prayers up, man.
Prayers around the table. Prayers around the table today.
Yes, sir. Prayers up for Craig, man. Craig and his family.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yep, Craig's a good guy. All right, boys.
Go Birds.
Let's get out of here and go Birds. All right. We'll see you. We'll see you next time. If you want to write in, speakingbirds@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. Anyway. All right, guys. Go Birds.